Hey everyone, Caddy here, and I just played a game that allowed me to purchase over 50 lucky draw prize balls at once, and I had to sit there for a good 3 minutes waiting for the game to show me each individual thing that I won, and it's the best game I've ever played. In all seriousness though, here's my thoughts on Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. Why am I reviewing a 2014 Wii U game though? Well, the simple answer is that I'm not. This is the 2018 Nintendo Switch version of the game that, along with Bayonetta 2, Mario Kart 8, Captain Toad and Hyrule Warriors, is following the trend of Nintendo wanting to make sure you forgot the Wii U ever existed. I never actually got around to playing the original all that time ago, but now with a brand new version to tinker with, I have no excuse but to check it out, so let's just do that. By the way, even though the story of this game is just Donkey Kong and his family trying to stop an evil walrus from freezing his home island, I will be showing off some late game bosses and hidden stages, so the warning still applies. Spoilers, alright, okay, nice. DKC Tropical Freeze is a platformer where you need to get from one end of the stage to the other, all while collecting Kong tokens for secret stage unlocks and puzzle pieces. You also have to blow the fuck out of everything, bounce or roll into enemies when appropriate, and use either Dixie, Diddy or Cranky Kong to provide you extra jump abilities like hovering or Yoshi-styled fluttering double jumps. Obvious stuff is obvious, this game looks really damn good and runs at a consistent 60 FPS without any drops whatsoever, and this is in the handheld or docked mode. I mean, the sad thing is that I can't say much else in depth about the theming of the visuals because, well, it's still a Nintendo side-scroller. Beaches, forests, mountains, etc. It's all the stuff you'd expect. But I won't lie when I say Donkey Kong definitely has a unique style to it. It's a very bold and chunky looking game, for lack of better words, and the luscious amount of greenery and other nature that forms the stages instead of just having out-of-place platforms floating all around the stages I really appreciate, you know, aside from a couple of stages, but those platforms still look like they're part of the world. With the obvious out of the way though, the next thing I want to mention are the controls, the cornerstone of any great platformer, and they are really good here. I didn't absolutely adore the way the game plays, but I liked it well enough. To be more detailed, I thought the physics were really good and the game really makes you feel like a big bumbling ape. DK is very heavy, but the inputs are responsive, which means that you can make last minute decisions sometimes, but mostly means that you'll need to think more about what you're doing before you do it. And this isn't bad per se, but I don't take to Kong as naturally as Crash Bandicoot or Mario because of that. There's a fair amount of momentum to work with here. It also took me a while to get the hang of hitting jump when you touch every enemy to bounce higher instead of just holding the jump button while you bounce off of them to jump higher, leading to many a death where if your timing isn't pixel perfect, you don't bounce as high as you need to. But I understand why it's built like this, since holding the jump button before bouncing on an enemy or obstacle accidentally activates companion jumps if you have a companion on you, so I get it. In fact, if you get Cranky Kong from a barrel or buy him for one use in the shop, you can get that very same ability to hold the button and bounce at will, so I guess this gives you more of a reason to think about who to pick for each stage whenever a swapping companion barrel is in the stage. Rolling for attacks is also a little tricky to get the hang of, since many enemies are designed and placed in such a way where jumping on them isn't ideal, and once you start, you fucking go for it, you fly. Your momentum goes sky high, which can get a little hard to control, especially around enemies that are right by bottomless pits. But 90% of the time it's alright, and it's amazing to keep rolling when you have a companion on your back, and it's greatly satisfying. It's like keeping Sonic's speed high when he's running, but the better thing is that you can attack at the same time and jump way further in DKC, and it's even cooler to roll off the end of a ledge and jump practically mid-air to break the laws of gravity to save yourself at the last minute. It's also cool to instantly change direction with a roll, but again it's not ideal around the tighter platforming sequences, which is when those roll-only enemies can fuck right off. I also love the grabbing and climbing surfaces. It's buttery smooth and feels like regular walking, but just on totally different horizontal and vertical planes. But when you can really appreciate how the controls work around the level designs are with the time trials. Speeding through Tropical Freeze, I'm sure many people would argue, is the most fun way to play the game, and it's clear the game was entirely built around this, which makes it a little sad that you get practically fuck all for doing all of that shit, but that's not for now. Throughout the stages you can get different barrels for Cranky, Diddy or Dixie Kong, and they all offer different additional jumps and constant rolling like I mentioned. All can be worked around different situations for each challenge the stage offers, provide secret access for specific parts of a stage unreachable by other companions, and reward careful players by having them disappearing after 2 hits unless you find some hearts to regain their health. Some barrels even swap through all of the different companions and let you pick at will, meaning that no stage is played the same way twice, which is very thoughtful for those times that you need to replay a stage after missing a collectible. As for the stage itself, every single one has a new surprise or platforming mechanic. There are things that float, bounce, switch around, there's things to grab, things that move around at will. Every stage is unique in some way, and now that I think about it, all meshes together in new and unexpected ways. Donkey Kong causes shit to explode in different ways. You change the environment around you in different ways. New obstacles appear all the time that force you to think about how they'll behave. The game is never as simply designed as having a skin change for every world and nothing else. There are even alternate hidden endings to some stages to unlock more levels, and often require the correct buddy to reach them, which would be annoying, but I suppose if you want to finish the stage normally and collect all the hidden items as well as find the hidden exit, you'll need to play the stage twice anyway, so you can see who you'll need for that next time around on the first go. As far as collectibles go, you do the same kinds of things in every stage to collect them, like stomping on things in the background, collecting lines of bananas to make things appear, grabbing floating bananas before they disappear, pulling hidden chains from the ground and finding hidden areas, but in every stage these actions always always reward you with different items and never stick with the same reward for the same action, making you want to do everything in each level not as a formality but out of genuine curiosity if you find what you're looking for. If it isn't a major collectible though, it's a coin instead, which can be used to buy all sorts of amazingly useful things to change up your playstyle in case the barrels in the stage you're stuck on don't do it for you. And I love this idea because if you're stuck in the game, you still need to explore and find the coins in order to buy extra items and Kong barrels in order to make things easier for you, but you still have to work for it and earn it. Or you can Funky Kong it, you know, if you're shit. The Kong letters hidden in the stages to unlock all the secret levels are very well done and integrate naturally into the stages by providing trickier routes around simpler platforming tasks to make you feel extra good about yourself. But the secret puzzle pieces are annoying as fuck sometimes, which dampens the whole experience for me. Searching for these damn things, even when you buy the parrots screeching whenever you're close to them, is ridiculously hard on occasion, and when you're on a stage where a barrel sends you careening past a checkpoint with absolutely no way to go back, which is often, it's fucking irritating at the best of times. At that point, you've wasted a load of coins on a parrot and might as well restart the whole stage over again because you'll just need to do it all again at some point anyway to find the same pieces. And the same applies for when you reach a part where you have the wrong Kong buddy and when you unintentionally dash past the only chance to get into a bonus room barrel. And all this nonsense is all for what I sadly discovered was nothing except bragging rights and artwork. It's nice to see these and everything, but with the internet age, if I want to see artwork, I'll just fucking search it on Google. This isn't like unlocking the art book in CTR or something. This is a 2018 Switch game and also a port of an older game, so there could have been something else added in here. At least the Kong letters give you more levels, so why can't the puzzle pieces give you something more worthwhile, especially when the game makes it appear like it's something that you have to go after? Mario does this pretty well and has done for a good few years, so what's going on here? Even the time trials are a little disappointing in this sense. I mean, the stages being played quickly are immensely gratifying and let me appreciate the care and thought put into the multi-layered level design. This stuff is genuinely well done, but they are infuriatingly difficult with DK's momentum, and you once again get not much or nothing for doing them. To be fair, I didn't finish them all, so maybe there is something at the end of the rainbow, but I did decide to look this up because I found it really fucking hard, and as far as I could see, aside from filling in an image on the map, they do jack shit. And if people can give Crash 3 shit for its time trials and call them padding despite a new power-up being made for them and having them unlock more levels by getting good at them, I'm gonna give this game a little bit of shit for it. It's padding but parades around like it means something with that little grayed out medal on the map, and it's kind of irritating for how hard they are. Of course, once you finish everything, you unlock a new harder mode which provides even more challenges, and I think you at least get a secret message for doing that, but come on, what is this, Mario Sunshine? Especially for a port of an older game that could have added in a little bit more, this is pretty disappointing. But hey, one thing I can certainly say is that this game is challenging. Hot damn, it's challenging, and this makes it one of the most satisfying to beat platformers from Nintendo out there. The Kong stage has caused me many deaths with their ridiculous designs and lack of checkpoints, and even World 1 lost me a good few lives, and it only gets trickier from there. Imagine if Mario was made more for adults in mind. That is tropical free, so if Mario isn't your thing, give this game a go. Some stages even use their own environments and visual elements as mini puzzles. When the parrot was insisting that there was a puzzle piece in this part of the level here, and I just couldn't find it, when I discovered that you had to make a star out of the silhouettes of the leaves, I adored that. It wasn't just a cool visual style, but actually part of the gameplay as well. Bosses are pretty good too, and actually managed to kill me a good few times, unlike anything from Mario, but am I the only one that thought they dragged on a bit? Some of these things go on for what feels like minutes on top of minutes, and to die at the last moment only to redo it all over again was just... Oh, that's something I forgot to mention, the music. The music is really damn good, and my favourite track is one of the underwater ones. I can't remember which stage it was, but I'm going to play it here because I fucking loved this underwater piece. As far as the principles of the game go though, yeah, this is nothing more than a port. Funky mode is just an easier mode, and that is not enough to excuse the fucking £49.99, that is, that I spent on a 4-year-old game port. Not a remake, a port. Although I'm not going to spend any more time yapping on about how I feel about the price of this damn game, I've done that enough in other videos, let me just say that I think Nintendo are being exploitative twats using their name and reputation for the wrong reasons here. Luckily this is the first time I've ever played this game, so I don't feel quite as bitter as some other people out there, but it's still not that great, and considering that you don't get anything that much additional, and the core game itself still has a couple of issues like the boss battles being way too long and not having enough reward for the fucking insane challenges and blah de blah de blah de blah, I don't think that I can say that the portability of the Switch version is enough of a reason for you to replay through the game again. If you've never played the game before, then I recommend that you give it a go, but I need to look at the whole thing as it stands, and at its core, Tropical Freeze is a really damn good game, and is now available for more people than ever before, so go and make of that what you will. But hey, despite all of that, I still want to be able to judge this game as it stands, and since I've never played this game before, I don't feel as bitter as other people do, so that's understandable, and I think that I feel confident in still giving this game a solid 8 out of 10. This game is great. If it's your birthday today while watching this video, happy friggin' birthday to you, and please remember to stay beautiful. Thank you so much for watching this video on Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. Special thanks to all the people on screen right now that have helped support this channel via Patreon, and special thanks to the top tier supporters: Omar Matu, Basil, Patrick Ferguson, Robert Alamsha, I Have a Portal Gun, Gamerman, Jezebel, Matthew Hubble, Chumbawamba, Cyberpunk Symphony, Star Ira Lance J, Zakari, Binary Code, Exopaz, Thomas Olson, Daniel Leon, Jane Ives, Mitchell Reed, A.D. Thornton Smith, Oblivion Rising, Ellen Rilpley, Kirsten B, QB, Nathan Young, and Nicole Ganara. Thank you so much, every single one of you.